right, you guys, my kids just went to school, so I had to do this video while they're gone. So I learned the most amazing thing that helps my kids, and it actually helps them. You ready for this? So it's stuffed animal praise, or giving your kids praise through their toys, and even during arguments. And I would not be coming on here and talking about this if it didn't absolutely blow my mind. Not once, not twice, but 3 different times now. I have diffused arguments, I have praised my kids, and it has completely changed the mood and stopped my kids in their tracks. So let me tell you the neuroscience behind this. So you're literally activating their brain's reward systems in different ways. So what I did was, when my son came home and he was like, "Mom, I got 100 on my test," I was like, "That's awesome, buddy." And then I looked over at his stuffed animal and I was like, "Hey, Rhino, did you hear that? Sawyer got 100 on his test." It stopped him in his tracks, and he looked around, like looking for who I was talking to, and like went over to his Rhino and was like, you could see it in his body language. He started like hopping a little bit and like hugging the little Rhino. And like, then we started having a conversation. So this act of praise, it ends up activating their intrinsic motivation, which makes them want to do things because they're interested in doing them. And I really think that that's why it also helps when they're in the middle of an argument. If you use that same thing where like you interrupt what they're doing, if they're like just an uproar and they're just arguing over a toy or over a game or whatever, I also did the same thing. I kind of interrupted their argument and I spoke to a stuffed animal, right? And I was like, "Hey, Pikachu, do you hear what they're saying? Do you hear how mean they're being to each other right now?" And this completely shifted the vibe from like winning to understanding. And then it made them want to be kinder. It made them want to be nicer. It made them want to be a friend because their Pikachu was watching them. And then their tone of voice started to just get a little bit quieter. And then they were actually having a conversation with each other. And I believe it's because they activated their intrinsic motivation. So it's like when internal values come back online, people naturally want to soften up. They wanted to have an understanding of what was going on in front of their Pikachu. They wanted Pikachu to be involved as well. And it's like the whole conversation and uproar shifted from like, "No, no, no," to now they got calmer and they were moving towards Pikachu. And Pikachu was now a part of the argument and helping the solution. It was mind-blowing how this worked. I'm not even kidding. If you have kids, try this. Let me know if it worked for you, because this is just like such a relief that I found something that can help. And it's silly too. Like, I found myself being silly and coming up with silly things to say, and having the whole conversation shift, where we're just understanding and talking it out, and Pikachu's throwing out some good ideas too of how he can solve the problem. It is such a blessing that I learned this. I'll have to find the guy that I learned this from and tag him, because